Within the last half an hour, we have heard that a court here has acquitted the Justice Minister in an unprecedented trial. Eric Dupond-Moretti was accused of conflict of interest and abuse of ministerial powers. He is the first sitting French Justice Minister to stand trial. Well, covering the story is our reporter, Antonia Kerrigan. She joins me live now from the courthouse. Antonia, just tell us, first of all, about the court's decision today.
So we've just seen the Justice Minister leave extremely solemnly. There was no triumphant speech to the press or anything, but he was acquitted, having been accused of charges that would have really sullied his name. He was accused of using his power to settle personal scores with enemies or people with whom he had grievances from his long career as a defence lawyer. The court, in their decision, they acknowledged that he was in a situation where there were conflicting interests, but they did not go so far as to charge him for acting on a conflict of interest or abusing his ministerial power. He was not charged, he was acquitted. This was a court called the Cour de la Justice de la République, which is an unusual court made up partly of magistrates and also partly of elected officials, including 6 senators and 6 MPs, in a composition that is supposed to reflect the composition of the 2 houses. There have, of course, in the reactions, there have already been calls from the opposition party, LFI, representatives for this court to be dissolved, as they feel that it is far too close to power to be judging it.
And Antonia, you say the minister himself, Dupond-Moretti, left today without talking to the press. Do we have any sense as to what this acquittal now practically means for him as the Justice Minister?
Well, it looks like the future brightens up somewhat for him now. In previous weeks, although his party and his Prime Minister and President were supporting him, Elisabeth Borne, the Prime Minister, made clear reference to a precedent within their party whereby ministers accused, charged and convicted are not allowed to remain in position. So it wasn't looking good for him if that were to happen, although there was suggestion that perhaps President Macron was more reluctant to have too bullish an approach if he were convicted. But it looks good for him now going forward. It looks like he will be able to remain in post, although that's, of course, something we'll have to continue to follow.